Okay, I've been sitting with this thought for a while. What if success without God is actually an illusion of safety that the devil has got really good at selling? Not success itself, but the feeling that we think success is supposed to give us. Here's what I think. A lot of high-level people build their sense of safety on what they can control. Being competent, being needed, making money, being the one who can figure things out. And look, that works. It really does. But the downside is you're always low-key protecting it. Because if that thing slips, whatever you've built, if that thing ends up slipping and something happens, you don't just lose the thing. You lose how you felt about yourself, your worth, your meaning. You end up realizing that your whole identity was built on a lie this whole time. That's why rest feels weird. That's why slowing down feels uncomfortable. That's why success does not hit the way you thought it would, because you've made that who you are. A lot of us were taught, directly or indirectly, that if we just build enough, if we just make enough, if we just become good enough, we'll finally feel safe. Like once I get there, I'll relax. And that sounds normal. It even sounds responsible. But for a lot of people, the safety never shows up. It just keeps getting pushed further and further. So you end up always building, but never enjoying. You're winning on paper, but you're still guarding your heart. Like you're still guarding everything. And if you're honest, you don't fully rest because too much of who you are is tied to how things are going. Like you've become what you produce. When there's supposed to be different things, your identity and your achievements are supposed to be separate. That's what happens when you build your identity on things you control. Those things work, right? I'm not denying that, but this is the problem. Anything you have to maintain can also be taken away. So even when life is good, there is still tension underneath all of it. Now, Alex Hormozi says something in a previous podcast that came to mind. I'm going to make it short for the sake of this video. He said, at the end of the game, you turn in all your chips. He's right. Everybody does. But here's the part that actually matters. The problem isn't turning in your chips. The problem is when your whole sense of who you are, right here, like everything, is built on them. Money, wins, respect, being that guy or that girl. It becomes a problem when your whole identity is built on those temporary things. Because then you're asking temporary things to hold up something permanent, your soul. And that's the illusion. That's the lie. If I just secure enough out here, I'll finally feel okay. Finally feel. But it never works for long. And that's why success, if not done right, can feel heavy instead of freeing. And Jesus said it straight. What does it profit a man to gain the whole world and lose your soul? People hear this and they say, this is religious talk. This is not religious talk. It's just a straight question that requires someone to sit down and think about it and make sure that they're not losing themselves in the process of becoming, achieving, What did you actually gain? And what did it cost you? Because you can win everywhere externally and still lose where it matters the most. Not because success is bad, but because it was never meant to be your foundation in the first place. Hear me, when God is not at the center, success becomes the thing you lean on to feel okay. And it works until it doesn't. When God is not at the center, success becomes your shelter. And shelters feel safe until pressure hits. Then cracks start showing. Here's the beautiful part. But when your identity comes from God, it's so different. You're not trying to earn your worth. You're not trying to prove that you're okay. You're not trying to lock down your future so you can finally breathe. You ain't trying to do none of that. He does that for you. All you gotta do is stay close to him. This sounds so simple, but the application of it is something that we find ourselves hitting a bump because we're caught up in what we see, the glam, the shiny things, and we forget that the one who created you, he created the shiny things. He created them for you, for good. But in one part of the plan to place your identity in them things. Your identity is received, not achieved. It's something you get from the one who created you as evidence of his love for you. I'm gonna let you go pillow that one by yourself. You see, that's what the Bible talks so much about being rooted. Roots aren't loud, but they're so important if you want to last forever. Success stops being the thing you hold together. It becomes something you steward, not something you lean on to survive. So here's something simple to sit with today. When something goes right, what actually makes you feel okay? And when something goes wrong, what messes with you the most? The answer tells you where your sense of safety really lives. Because the enemy doesn't need you to fail. He just needs you to believe that you are safe without God. Everyone turns in their chips. That part is unavoidable. The real question is whether who you are collapses when they're gone, or whether you are anchored in something deeper the whole time. I appreciate y'all for watching this video, man. Whew. I hope this video blesses you. I hope this video renews your mind. And I want you to remember this. Do not live a life by default when Christ has given you the power to live one by design. My name is JHR, and this is Purpose with JHR. Live life. If you want to work with me on identity, alignment, and who God actually called you to be, everything you need is in the description. My coaching, my programs, and the ways you can grow deeper are listed there also. So, move when you're ready.